in the early winter, drops on a thread of silk down to the ground, finds usually a jarrah leaf that's wet, and this is the important thing, the jarrah leaf has to be wet. It puts a little bit of glue onto the leaf, climbs back up to the web, pulls that wet leaf up into the middle of the web, sticks it into the web, and because the leaf is wet, it is more pliable, and by pulling, this spider can actually roll the leaf around until it makes a tube, and of course while the tube is held in a tubular form, it actually silks up the edges of it until it's got this tubular leaf right in the middle of the web with the opening to the bottom, and then it can hide inside that tube. And of course when birds come around, birds will eat spiders. In fact, I've seen a couple of brown honey eaters coming up to a web which they know is very sticky, and they can actually hover almost like those hummingbirds, go in, pick the spider off the web and take it away and eat it.
Oh, well, that's interesting because this listener has a kitten called Mittens who's constantly chasing tiny spiders, much better than bug spray, but the listener worries he'll get the will to chase redbacks if they appear and get bitten. Is that likely?
Not usually. Redbacks basically are what we call cryptic spiders. They hide in dark places, and their web is rather strange. They roost on the top of the opening where they do their hunting, and they put out a web, and then they put multiple drops of glue onto it and then hang it down. And I've seen a photograph of a skink, one of the little fence skinks, has been walking along and walked through this area, got caught on this sticky part of the redback, and the silk, of course, as you know, is just so strong that poor creature was actually caught in the redback's web and eventually fanged. And of course that skink would last that redback spider probably for 3 or 4 or 5 months with the food availability in that. Well, yes, but for kittens, cats, chasing spiders and things, usually they don't have anything because the fangs of the small spiders are so small they couldn't even penetrate through the hair on the paws of the little kitten.
Now, Eric, we'll come back if you don't mind. We'll just pause briefly and get some news headlines.
And that's it from Birdman. Very interesting. Harry McCrum there. Obviously, guys have uploaded a few Mr. Birdman. He's talking spiders today. It's been fantastic to have him on board here on our local radio. And I did get a message from the Birdman, and thanks for that, mate. We appreciate that. And obviously, your videos through my channel are going worldwide. And thanks everyone for getting on board and liking and subscribing to the Birdman. Harry McCrum is on YouTube, so go check him out, and goodbye.